The governor discusses the cable tonight.
Happy Days will not be seen tonight in order to present the following special program. The Cunninghams will return next Tuesday.
Monday night, April 4th, the plays Albuquerque, New Mexico, Houston 52, North Carolina State 52. Time ticking down. The Wolfpack's Derek Wittenberg heaves up a desperation 30-footer. It's short, but wait in the right place. Lorenzo Charles, the game-winning stuff. North Carolina State wins the NCAA basketball championship. That was last night, the day at Reynolds Coliseum. The team of destiny, the Cardiac Pack, returns to the heroes' welcome as thousands of joyous fans turn out to express their admiration and appreciation. Hello, everybody. I'm Tom Suter. The celebrating went long into the night, and today at some places like Fraternity Row here at State, it's still going on. Tonight, we're going to be taking a look at an incredible story. The North Carolina State basketball team, the 1983 NCAA champions.
Attack of the Cardiac Pack. Highlights of North Carolina State Wolfpack's quest for the national championship. Brought to you by White's Tire Service. How can you choose if you don't have a choice? Michelin, Goodyear, Dunlop, Cooper, White's computerized retread. And by the merchants of Crabtree Valley Mall. The kind of place you're looking for.
In all the years that I've been at WRAL, this state basketball team may be the most fascinating sports story of all. It's about a team that was not supposed to win the championship. It was about a team that was counted out so many times, yet never gave up. In the next 30 minutes, we'll be going to Tom McNamara and Susan Darlene, who will show you the campus leading up to the finals. We'll go to Albuquerque and Bob Holliday, who will show you the mood and feeling out there. And, of course, we'll show you how the Cardiac Pack won it all. It's really a great story, and we'll be back with it right after this.
Cardiac Pack on the attack. Hey, yo, stay.
In the world of driving, there is a name that is legend. The name is Dunlop, a legend proclaimed on racetracks and highways around the globe. Because the driver who knows tires demands the legend. Dunlop. The legend is here.
White's Tire Service fantastic offer. Free family vacations. Hurry, Daytona Beach, Disney World.
For North Carolina State, March was a month of magic. A great victory in Atlanta, followed by another in Corvallis, Ogden. Then in April, North Carolina State took its upset show here to Albuquerque. Who could ever forget that great Saturday night when 300 Wolfpack fans packed the lobby of the Ramada Inn after the Georgia game and led cheers until midnight. But the real celebrating over the achievements of this team took place in Raleigh. And our Tom McNamara and Susan Darlene were right in the middle of it.
Well, Bob, it's been quite a celebration back here in Raleigh. Now, while the players were out there on the court doing all the hard work, somebody had to be doing the celebrating, and this is just a small sample of the partiers back at home. It's great.
Tom, after the ACC tournament, a lot of people thought there was going to be no more celebration, but they were wrong. They went on to beat Pepperdine. They beat Nevada, Las Vegas. They beat Utah. They beat Virginia. They made it. They made it to the Final Four, and let me tell you, this campus turned upside down.
You recognize this song, don't you? It's called Hungry Like the Wolf by Duran Duran. The song just happened to be on the top of the charts this month, and by coincidence, it coincided perfectly with NC State and their fans. So, it became the theme song for many parties to come. Now, in the early days, Hillsborough Street became the center of celebration. The students made bonfires, threw toilet paper, and stopped traffic. This street was definitely rocking. In fact, maybe too much for some folks. So with all the chaos going on, it wasn't long before the party was forced to move to a new location on State's campus. The students call it the Brickyard, where once again, thousands of fans turned out for the Big Bash. Of course, as you can imagine, with all of this partying going on, it's pretty difficult to get any work done around campus. Why, even during the day, the party atmosphere continues.
I haven't been studying much. I've been trying to hang out at the Brickyard. That's where all the action is.
Who studies anymore? If they keep winning, we're all going to fail.
And what did the professors feel about this change in attitude?
It affects class, but they go to class and think about that. I'm going to give quizzes next week, so they better study.
Well, a few guys who are really going to have a tough time trying to get back into the regular routine of schoolwork are Sidney Lowe and Thurl Bailey. They just can't seem to find time to themselves. If they're not playing basketball or signing autographs, they're being kidnapped by the media. In fact, I managed to grab them for a few hours just before they left to Albuquerque.
This is it, the famous Brickyard. You guys have caused a lot of commotion here. How do you feel about that, Sidney?
Well, I feel great about it. It's, for me right now, it's a historical spot now because a lot of happy moments have been spent here, and you know, burned trash can, burning furniture, and this is just a spot now where all the students go crazy whenever we win a ball game.
And how about you, Thurl?
Really feels fantastic, like Sidney said. There's really no one word to describe it. It's just a great feeling when you come home and there's 5,000 or 6,000 people waiting for you at the airport, and you come on campus and there's 10,000 more.
Our fans have been that way throughout the whole season, and they're just great fans, and I appreciate the yelling and the screaming that they've done for me and the ball club this year, and I think they're the greatest fans in the world.
Instead of isolating themselves from the rest of the world, Sidney and Thurl, along with the other guys on the team, found themselves spending hours with their fans, at practice, at press conferences, and just about everywhere they walked on campus.
We got confidence in you. We know you can bring it back.
I'm a little bit nervous.
Well, I've been getting more people to come up to me and ask for autographs, just basic conversation. I've met more people than before, and you know, but that's normal. It's something that will happen on any campus, not just on this one. You know, if you're winning, people feel good, and I know that the people here at North Carolina State can really smile and hold their heads up and don't have to, you know, look down to the ground when they see a Chapel Hill fan now.
Yeah, I just think that, you know, it's all really great to have people look at you as, I guess, idols in a way. And, you know, it's just helped me, and I'm sure all the other guys on the team, to be, you know, better people and just to have a lot of confidence in ourselves.
Well, tell me, hasn't this affected your love life? I mean, aren't the women swarming over you now, Sidney, because you are big stars?
Maybe the ones that I don't know about. You know? There's one special one in my life right now, and the rest of them, they're going to have to wait around. And
They're going to have to wait
They're going to have to wait for a long time. Though.
How about you, Thurl?
Yeah, it's the same with me. That's a special lady in my life, too. And, you know, it's really nice that a lot of people look up to us, you know, male and female. And I just think that they see us as, you know, when we win a lot of games and bring home championships, they just see us as heroes, you know, in a way.
Well, something you'll definitely find everyone doing is looking up to Thurl Bailey. One, because he's a fantastic athlete, and two, because they have no choice. He's 6'11".
There's something about you, Thurl, that just amazes me. I've been sitting here with you all day, and how did they make people as big as you are? How did your mother have a guy? How tall are you? 6'11"?
6'11".
6'11", and just look at your feet. They're huge. Look at them compared to mine. What size foot is that?
Size 17.
When you were born, how long were you?
Well, I always tell this joke that they had to use 2 hospital rooms to
2 hospital rooms to deliver you.
So maybe Thurl Bailey does stand out in a crowd because of his height, but there's more to him than just inches. You see, both of these guys are full of talent, personality, and spunk. And after spending just a few hours with them, it's easy to see why so many fans adore them.
I'm just glad that they have the opportunity to enjoy themselves because of something that we're doing, and it makes us feel good.
Susan, it's not just the players and the students who are caught up in all the ecstasy. The word is out all over town.
The pack is back!
Let me ask you something while you're stopped here. What do you think of the pack?
Oh, yeah, they're doing all right. Doing all right.
How about that pack machine?
What do you think of that pack?
We love the pack. We back that pack 100%.
The Wolfpackers are back and great.
There have been a lot of cardiac attacks around town watching those guys. Did you have one?
Oh, only 3 or 4.
I really did, but I tried not to, but it was hard. You know, I just kept telling myself they'd win.
Almost. It was very close.
Did you have a cardiac attack watching those games?
Almost.
Some of them did. Some of the games did.
It sure did. I was weak. I just got weak in the knees on a couple of those games.
Are you going to issue a Wolfpack stamp?
Oh, absolutely. We're going to have a group picture. We're going to have a large stamp so we can have more on there and get the whole team on there.
Well, you can probably tell that Raleigh hasn't seen this much excitement in about a decade. Ever since another great Wolfpack team managed to bring this back, the national championship. The year was 1970. Remember this Wolfpack star? Number 30, a forward. They called him the garbage man because he was constantly picking up a key rebound or a score. Phil Spence wore number 30. And today he's pushing 30 years old. He's married, a father, and works as a teacher here at Cary High School. And you can bet that Phil remembers that 74 All-American Wolfpack team.
It was great. It really was. It really thrilled me and it thrilled the people, and I just had lots of fun in the process. And then having teammates like David Thompson and Monty Towell and Burleson and Mo and Timmy, those guys, you know, I'm so lucky. I'm so blessed, and I'll be the first one to admit it.
Phil, how has being a champion affected your whole life?
Tommy, being a champion is the best thing that ever could have happened to me. And I feel that because I have won, once you win, you never want to lose. And now I'm a winner. I want to win as a father. I want to win as a husband. I want to win as a teacher, as a coach. And because I know what comes with winning. You know, once you have been a champion or a winner in your life, you know, that's something that you always live with. And being a champion is sort of like ice on the cake. You know, everything else is there, but to be a champion, that's really what makes it as sweet as it really is.
How about your basketball days, Phil? You still think about them?
Yeah, I think about them. I relive them almost every day.
Yeah.
And let me show you this picture here, Tommy, of
cutting down the net.
Cutting down the net, right there. That's great. That's great. Only one team can cut the nets down when the season is over with, and it's 74. This is it here.
How do you feel when you look at that picture?
Well, it makes my heart skip a couple of beats. And now with Lowe and Whit and Thurl, those guys now, I just tend to relive it and to go through the motions up with them. And as you can tell, my fingernails are all eaten up. I've bitten them all up, and I hope that I will have some more when the time comes.
How about that 74 team? How do they compare with Thurl Bailey, Sidney Lowe, Derek Wittenberg?
74 team, you know, we were very talented, and we had fun in the process. We enjoyed playing. We loved playing. We look forward to playing. And our team are a whole lot similar to this team. I think we probably had more talent, but as far as wanting it, desire, mental toughness, and just wanting it, you know, the teams are so similar.
Phil, I've got to ask you this. You still got this stuff?
Do I have this stuff? Old players never die. They just fade away. Still got it.
Everyone will agree that this certainly was one week to remember.
Right, and we'll never forget it. You know, one of the high points of the trip was when the team was leaving for Albuquerque. They headed out on I-40 in their bus, and there on the very first overpass were hundreds of young ladies from Meredith College with their own one-of-a-kind balloon voyage. It was great.
What a way to take off for the Final Four. Now, in a moment, Bob Holliday will be back to tell us what happened once the team landed in Albuquerque.
We are the Wolfpack. We are the Wolfpack. We are.
In the world of driving, there is a name that is legend. The name is Dunlop, a legend proclaimed on racetracks and highways around the globe. Because the driver who knows tires demands the legend. Dunlop, the legend is here.
White's Tire Service fantastic offer. Free family vacations. Hurry, Daytona Beach, Disney World.
burger. Then came the cheeseburger. Then the double cheeseburger. And then Burger King introduced the first bacon double cheeseburger. 2 flame-broiled burgers, tempting American cheese, topped with lean, sizzling, crispy bacon.
Aren't you hungry for Burger King now?
Aren't you hungry for a bacon double cheeseburger now?
We are the Wolfpack. We are the Wolfpack. We are the Wolfpack.
We know the NCAA likes to move its tournament around from year to year. Last year it was New Orleans. This year, for the first time ever, the NCAA tournament is in the Old Southwest. And Albuquerque has turned out to be quite a setting for this great event. The NCAA chooses different sites for its championship each year, so that no 2 tournaments feel exactly the same. The Albuquerque NCAA features the color of the Southwest, Spanish music, the architecture of the old country, Indian crafts, the charm of city life in the Sun Belt. Best of all, the beauty of the desert. The dominant color this week is red, not only the red in the New Mexican desert, but also the red outside Albuquerque's basketball arena, affectionately known as the Pit. On the Saturday of the Final Four, University Street is awash with fans from Houston, Louisville, Georgia, NC State, every one resplendent in red. The mascots are out in force for this event, and there are distinguished guests, including Georgia football coach Vince Dooley and North Carolina Governor Jim Hunt. Did you have a bet with the Governor of Georgia on this one?
No, I couldn't find him, and we were supposed to be on television together, and he didn't show up.
Inside the Pit, fans are cheering as if there is no tomorrow. For some, there is no life after Saturday. The 2 winners, meanwhile, get to revel right on through Monday, and revel they do. The NCAA tournament is for players and fans, but it holds a special spot for coaches because each year the NABC, the National Association of Basketball Coaches, holds its annual convention concurrent with the NCAA tournament. This is a chance for coaches to learn about new technology that might help their programs, new equipment, and it's a chance for them to look over the latest fashions in uniforms and shoes. Prominent faces abound here, like former North Carolina and South Carolina coach Frank McGuire, Clemson's Bill Foster, Winston-Salem's Big House Gaines. He's the winningest coach of them all. But the coach who has really grabbed the spotlight this week in Albuquerque is North Carolina State's Jim Valvano. Long a favorite in the ACC, Valvano's winning smile and quick jokes are making him the most interviewed coach in college basketball. You know, whether he's talking to writers, or hosting his own TV show, or kibitzing with CBS's Brent Musburger, Valvano is an original.
Courtesy of CBS, I got to be interviewed smack in the middle of the Houston band, which was, you know, and I got a lot of those, you. It was like I fouled out, you know what I said?
But Valvano is no unidimensional media star. Quick as he can charm the media, he can certainly amuse his players.
Just slow the game up a little bit and take a lot of shots that they give us from the outside and hit them.
I like how he says that. We have to take a lot of shots from the outside, right?
But underneath the humor, there's a philosophy this coach embraces, an ethic of work and fun. And it, as much as anything, helps explain the juggernaut of success NC State is enjoying. In Albuquerque, this is Bob Holliday.
Well, while North Carolina State was the Cinderella kids, the cardiac pack, Destiny's darlings, their opponent, the powerful fraternity from Phi Slamma Jamma, the University of Houston, was anything but. They were #1 in the nation. They were big, powerful, and strong. They were the favorite. You talk about David and Goliath, this was it. Over 17,000 jammed into the Pit in Albuquerque, and most figured the bad Cougars would have their way. This, of course, is the way the cardiac pack liked it. State grabbed the early lead, bolting out to a 6-0 advantage. Watch Thurl Bailey here. All of his 15 points came in the first half. But the cocky Cougars then reeled off 7 unanswered points of their own, and the State faithful began to squirm. The first half, though, was State, with Bailey at one stretch hitting 5 shots in a row. The Pack worked their tempo control to perfection, breaking out to as much as a 10-point lead. Meanwhile, the Houston Slammers could only get 1 for the game. That coming on a follow by Akeem Olajuwon. It was 33-25, State at half. The second half, the momentum switched radically. Houston came out fired up and led by the magnificent Elijah Wan, who had 20 points, 18 rebounds. The Cougars went on a 17-2 binge and gradually began to pull away. They led at 44-37 on this bucket by reserve Reed Geddes. But you know it, and I know it. The pack comes back when they're behind. Sidney Lowe got hot, and his jumpers bring State to within 4. The Cougars had the reputation for being a poor free throw shooting team, and they lived up to that. The margin became 2 when Derek Wittenberg, who scored 14 points, canned this one. And when Wittenberg hit this jumper from the side with 1:59 to go, the game was 52-52. With 1:05 left, State used the strategy that had been so successful: make the opponent hit the charity tosses. It worked again as Alvin Franklin missed and State was in control. With 44 seconds left, Coach V called time and the final seconds were planned. The play was designed to go to Wittenberg, but he was trapped, almost lost the ball. Derek throws up a desperation heave, and you know what happened. In the right place at the right time, Lorenzo Charles and Destiny's Darlings, call them anything you want, were the 1983 national champions, and they did it with what had become their trademark all through the ACC and NCAA tournaments, the cardiac finish. There was bedlam in Albuquerque as the pit went berserk, but it was nothing compared to the celebration that broke out on the State campus. It was New Year's Eve and the Mardi Gras all wrapped up into one. It was a celebration of happiness, a celebration to honor a team that had captured the hearts of so many people. The 1983 NCAA basketball champions, the North Carolina State Wolfpack, unbelievable. Hail to the champions. No one deserved it more.
We're announcing White's Tire Service clear-out of their current Michelin tire inventory. You'll find savings up to 70%. On most Michelin passenger tires, you can buy one and get one free. Buy one Michelin at Michelin's suggested exchange price and get the second one absolutely free, plus FET and our related tire services. White's Tire Service will even warehouse and install your tires within the next 4 months. So hurry to the White's Tire Service location nearest you.
You're gonna love them when you got them. You're gonna want them when you don't. Hardee's Rise and Shine breakfast biscuits. Gonna love them when you got them. Gonna want them when you don't. Bake fresh each morning, they're soft and light, with fixings to please any appetite. Hardee's Rise and Shine breakfast biscuits. Gonna love them when you got them. Gonna want them when you don't. Best eating in town.
We're nuts. Beach nut nuts. We're crazy for that taste. I'm crazy for red. Don't burn, not too sweet. It's green for me. Cool, refreshing, just right. We're genuine beach nuts. Nuts!
Beech nut chewing tobacco, red and green.
If you've been near a radio for the past week or so, I'm sure that you've heard the Wolfpack song, WRAL's tribute to this state basketball team. Well, our photographers and editors have put together some pictures with this song, pictures that certainly sum up this season, from the Wittenberg injury to the culmination last night, the 54-52 win over Houston that won the national championship. Here's our tribute to the state basketball team.
From the heart of North Carolina came the Wolfpack with a dream to get the best of all the rest and be the winning team. There's Wittenberg and Charles, Thurl Bailey, Sidney Lowe, Cozell, McQueen, and Gannon. The rest all set to go. Coach believes in play until the buzzer makes it sound. No one thinks Valvano's feet will ever touch the ground. Back home we whoop and holler. than before. Trouble hit the Wolfpack when Derek had a fall. Folks about gave up hoping for a championship at all. The inside game was cooking while Witt was on the mend. Valvano told his team,
"Boys, we'll play this to the end."
But Derek made the tourney and Pack reached for the sky. When the ACC they did lift our spirits high. They took the hopes of everyone with them to the west. They're North Carolina's Wolfpack, the best of all our best. They called them Cardiac Kids and the Cinderella team. But Coach Valvano knew that they were playing like a dream. Rebounds, long shots, slam dunks would shut the door. But the magic didn't happen till the one last second score. Once again, they beat the odds and put the doubts to bed. They played so hard they even left Virginia seeing red. They won the hearts of everyone with showdowns in the West. They're North Carolina's Wolfpack, the best of all our best. State won in Albuquerque, their destiny's team. For Valvano and the Wolfpack, it's no longer just a dream. You seniors led the pack with help from all the rest. Together you all proved that you really are the best. Go State! From all the fans, TV5 and 101, congratulations Wolfpack, now you're number one. They won the hearts of everyone with showdowns in the West. They're North Carolina's Wolfpack, the best of all the best.
National champions. Number 1. You've done us proud. Way to go, boys.
Even if you're not a State fan, you have to love this Wolfpack team. So many times they were counted out. I remember in particular the gloomy locker room scene after the Notre Dame game when the mood was so down. Yet Coach Valvano kept saying, "I know something good is going to happen. We just have to keep our heads up." And something good did happen. Coming from behind so many times in the ACC tournament and the NCAA tournament, and today they are the national champions. It's a remarkable story, and our hats are off to the Cardiac Pack. I'm Tom Suter. So long, everybody.
Attack of the Cardiac Pack has been brought to you by White's Tire Service. How can you choose if you don't have a choice? Michelin, Goodyear, Dunlop, Cooper, White's computerized retreads, and by the merchants of Crabtree Valley Mall, the kind of place you're looking for.